Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Carey, and many of you may know me from my cowboy films. My early films in the 1910s were made at Universal. It was the earliest major film studio, and it's still going strong today over a century later. People assume that I was raised in the West, but actually I was born in New York and grew up in the Bronx. My father was a judge of a New York City court for years, and I myself studied law after completing my high school courses. When I was 15 years old, my father, who intended that I should follow a legal career, would have me come down to his court to hear important cases tried. And then I contracted the habit of dropping into the police magistrate's court. Before the ordinary police magistrate comes every known class of human being, and in the ordinary courtroom each day are enacted dramas and tragedies which sound the depths and scale the heights of human emotion. I went to these hearings throughout my 3 years at law school. And strange to say, it was the dramatic side of the cases that always impressed me, rather than the legal phase. But the years at law school and of watching the court proceedings were not lost. In fact, I consider them a distinct gain. I learned more of human nature in those 3 or 4 years, more of the real drama of life, than is found in all the playbooks ever written. I have found this knowledge very useful, not only in my acting, but in the several plays and scenarios which I have written myself. That's probably why I went on the stage shortly after receiving my diploma. I started appearing in silent films directed by D.W. Griffith about 1913 in New York City. He made groundbreaking films such as The Musketeers of Pig Alley, which has been called the first gangster film. I was lucky enough to be given a major role in that one. I soon headed west to Southern California to seek more film work. At that time, the word Hollywood only referred to a number of farms that had orange groves. But it wasn't long before it became the filmmaking capital of the United States. I began a long career making feature-length westerns for Universal. At that time, about 1917, one of Universal's most popular stars was Francis Ford. He had a brother named John Ford, but at the time we knew him as Jack. He wrote scenarios for our films, and I suggested that the studio might give him a chance to direct. They did, and Jack's first assignment was one of my films called Straight Shooting, made in 1917. Universal liked our work so much that Ford and I made something like 56 films together. That's a much larger number of films than those that Ford and John Wayne later made together. But many of our films became lost over the decades. A few have turned up over the years, but not many. Just a few days ago, you may have heard a major news report that one of our long-lost films has been discovered in Chile, South America. The film is called The Scarlet Drop. We made the film in 1918, and Jack Ford wrote the story, as well as directed. I understand this film is being restored and will be available for public viewing soon. It was made over a century ago, but let me personally assure you that it will be worth the wait. Take care now.